Is this going to be a problem for Republicans to cut Medicaid and keep these deductions?
Well, listen, I think this bill from the House is a very strong bill that was initially introduced. Now, the process, it's going to go back and forth. There's a legislative process. It'll go to the Senate. You know, I think back to 2017. 2017, the first Trump tax cut. The House passed a really strong bill. It went to the Senate, and we made it even stronger. And then it went to conference committee, and it got even stronger after that. And if you look at the 2017 tax cuts, they produced extraordinary results. It produced the lowest unemployment in 50 years, the lowest African-American unemployment ever recorded, and the lowest Hispanic unemployment ever recorded. So here, I think we're going to do the same thing. We're going to have a big, bold, beautiful tax cut, as the president would say. But I think that it'll be a process to get there.
And that 2017 bill also produced continually record budget deficits.
So that's actually incorrect. And in fact, Leland, it is true we had deficits, but the reason is because spending got out of control. Do you know the year after the 2017?
I said what happened in Donald Trump's administration.
But no, you said the tax bill produced it. And my point is, we cut taxes, and you know what happened the next year? The federal government took in more revenue in taxes under lower rates than we had the year before. And every year we've taken in more revenue under lower rates. So the deficits didn't come from cutting taxes. That actually generated more money. What it came from was Congress spending irresponsibly.
Okay, so will the big, beautiful bill take care of that?
Look, I hope so. We will see. That is a fight. I'll tell you, in the Senate...
So I'm on to something.
Yeah, no, there's no doubt Congress spends irresponsibly. The Democrats spent like drunken sailors, and sadly, the Republicans have this problem, too. And so I've been leading the fight for 13 years to get spending under control. But I'll tell you, Leland, this bill in the House, I'm really proud of, because there are 4 big victories on priorities I've been fighting for that are in this first draft from the House. Number 1, you mentioned no taxes on tips. That's my bill. I'm the author of it in the Senate. It is in the House bill. That is going to make a real difference for waiters and waitresses and bartenders and everyone who relies on tips. It's
obvious. Number 2.
It is for working class blue collar workers. Number 2, included in this bill, is auctioning off wireless spectrum, 600 megahertz. That matters because that will unleash billions in investments and create hundreds of thousands of jobs. That's in this bill. I've been leading the fight for that. And then there are 2 other provisions that I believe are legacy provisions that are incredibly important. This bill includes a version of my bill creating national school choice, creating dollar-for-dollar tax credits for scholarships granting organizations. It will be the biggest and most significant federal school choice bill that's ever passed. And then number 4 is a bill that I've been fighting for a year that is called Invest America. And what it does is it creates an investment account for every newborn child in America. It seeds it with $1,000, and then every year, friends and families and employers are able to give up to $5,000 in a tax-advantage account. People can invest in an ETF or a mutual fund, invest in the stock market.
All right, 4 very important things.
Yeah.
All wonderful.
Yeah.
I'll get you back to the tax breaks for private jets and yachts. If there are cuts in Medicare and Medicaid and cuts in SNAP benefits, whatever the cuts come, how hard is it going to be for Republicans to defend all these things you just talked about when there's still those tax breaks in there?
So let's take those one at a time. If you look at Medicaid, so there are not cuts in Medicaid, significant cuts in there. What there is a work requirement for Medicaid. Now, I think a work requirement for Medicaid is a very good thing. Medicaid was designed to take care of the truly needy, of really vulnerable people with severe disabilities, people who are very aged. And what happened under Barack Obama is they expanded Medicaid to young, healthy adults. And so what the House has done, which I've been advocating for a long time, is if you're a young, healthy adult, you should be working, and you shouldn't be getting Medicaid and sitting at home just getting a government check. Putting a work requirement, I think, is incredibly beneficial. If you look at welfare reform, which we passed in 1995, it produced millions of people going back to work. And I think putting a work requirement, I don't view as a cut in Medicaid. It's a positive incentive.
That was Bill Clinton.
And a Republican Congress.
And Newt Gingrich. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.